All right, Bill, all right, you've had your say. I'm here with Millie the Wonder Dog and Benelli's TRK 502X. Millie's passed judgment, she likes it. Pretty happy with this bike, especially at the price point. I think middleweight adventure bikes are going to be flavour of the month, and it brings a whole new group to the category, and especially at under $10,000. Now, it's pretty well appointed, it's very comfortable, and it does what it says on the tin. It's not a super prestige motorcycle, but that price point tells you that. I think this is a really good thing for the learner or the person that doesn't want that big, intimidating adventure bike. So I think there's plenty of these going to rush out of showrooms. Little sunset run on the TRK 502X, which is the more hardcore of the middleweight Benelli adventure brethren. I'm just going for a little run along the Mornington Peninsula as the sun sets. You know, we'll talk about all the specs and all that sort of stuff, but I just wanted to give you a bit of a from the cockpit feel of the TRK. And one of the first things I notice is it's tall. It's a tall bike, tall seat height. Now, of course, inherent in adventure bikes is the fact that they need to be tall because you need to be able to put all that suspension travel somewhere. So I think shorties will struggle with this one, but such is the nature of adventure bikes. It does sit down nicely. The static sag takes up a lot of that height when you sit. It's quite plush in the setup. So once you get on the bike, you do soak a bit of that up. Cockpit's nice. It feels like an adventure bike, and it really actually, you know, I don't know why you would suspect it wouldn't be, but at the price point, I'm very surprised at how competent and, well, good on you. See that stuff? They love that, don't they? Yeah, very competent. Switchgear is nice. It's got this little blacklit blue look you might be able to see there. Not sure I actually love that too much. It's a little bit Studio 54 for me, and I know at night it's pretty bright, but look, minor complaint, and look, it lets you know where they are, that's for sure. That's one thing. So they're backlit. All this stuff's really good. I'm surprised at the quality and fit of all this. And I love the fact that they've obviously thought that screen through. Has these extra side pods that are clearly pushing a fair bit of wind away from me. And this is I've ridden the bike before today, not a whole lot, but the wind protection's really good. And I ride a BMW S1000 XR as my daily, and this moves the wind, as far as I'm concerned, as well as that. So bit of a tick in that direction. The instruments, well, there's no getting away that LCD now, which is a kind of weird thing to say, but it looks a bit old school. We're all getting very used to TFT, and I would think that the next TRK will have every chance of having TFT screen. At the moment, it's LCD, I should say. I like a big tacho. I ride a bike on a tacho as much as I do on a speedo. I get to know what speeds at what revs when I own a bike, and I ride my bike a lot off the tacho. And I love a big analog tacho. A lot of people will say, well, that's a bit old school. Well, you'll just have to put that in your pipe and smoke it. Have a look at the bay. Just gorgeous today. I thought, let's get a sunset ride on that TRK. It's sitting out there. I must get aboard it. I love the colour of this bike. I mean, colour's subjective, but I really like that teal green. It's lovely. Bars fall about my size. There's a bit of adjustability here, you'll see. You can come backwards or forwards a bit. Actually fall about right for me. But yeah, there's a bit of adjustability there. Nice things like a 12 volt outlet, sorry, a USB outlet, what am I talking about? here. There's a lot of nice little touches that we'll go through more closely in the static video where I can point things out, but just wanted to give you a little bit of a seat of the pants. Mirrors are good, wind protection seems good. Engine's a highlight. I mean, it's you know, it's under 500cc, and I have to say that if we start being honest with ourselves, I don't think we need a lot more, and particularly as you get a little bit older. I don't want to be a sook, but you know, if I get onto a GS now, or you know, a full-size 1250 GS, much as I absolutely adore them, they're actually a bit too big for me. It's a lot of bike for me to wield around nowadays. So a bike like this, where you know, my ego's well and truly, you only got to look at my head in the mirror of a morning to realise that there's not much point mucking around with ego. A smaller capacity bike makes a heap of sense to me, and under 10 grand right away, that is outrageously cheap in my view. The engine is really nice, it's lovely. Now, time will tell with longevity, but there's no indication that it won't be a solidly serviceable and a bike with good mechanical longevity. Benelli's come a long way in regard to its backup. It is an icon brand, and there's a lot of pressure on it to turn out motorcycles that reflect you know, a winning GP, massive Italian brand. So yeah, just seat of the pants, just to get us familiar with what it's like. One thing I will speak about that I can tell from here, I think it needs more front brake. If I'm honest, it stops. I mean, it stops better than any of the old stuff, but we've just got used to really finite feel. I consider it a little bit spongy at the lever, and also requires a fair bit of oomph to apply serious braking. That said, this bike's equipped with ABS, of course, but I could lock that front wheel without a problem. So it's just that you've got to be conscious of using lever effort with that front brake. So I'd like to see a little bit more there. Now, pad material may change that up a bit. A lot of people consider that as soon as they use their brakes, that's what they have to put up with. That, in fact, that nothing could be further from the truth. There's nothing wrong with experimenting a bit with pad material. So yeah, it's a setup pretty plush. So with that, if you do heavy front brake, like you'll see, there's a fair bit of dive, but it's plush. I mean, this is not built for Paris-Dakar, and if it was, it'd be driving me crazy. But plenty of grunt. Forget about it. Plenty. I shouldn't tell you this, but I had a race the other day with a GL63. You know, that, I think it's a 5.5 litre Mercedes-Benz bloody truck, you know, infidelity midlife crisis car, and beat it. So if people say to you, oh, you know, 500cc motorcycle's not quick enough, well, people are spending $300,000 in cars to get near it. Just let that sink in. And I think he went home or off to his mistress with his tail a little bit between his legs. I did yell, under 10 grand right away. He was too busy giving me the bird. Well, the 502X, we've put Angus, who you'll notice the L plate on the back, is new to road riding. He's been a dirt rider for quite a while, but the 502X is really his introduction to road riding. So I thought, well, let's grab a first-hand account from a guy who's starting out on the Benelli TRK 502X. Angus, how was it, mate? Other than, obviously, I couldn't get the smile off your face.
Yeah, I had a lot of fun with this thing. Now, being a 500, it's quite a lot more power than anything I've ever ridden, but I felt like I could handle it quite comfortably.
How'd you go with the height, Angus? Because you're a fairly tall guy, but it is a tall bike.
At first, sitting on it did feel quite a bit uncomfortable, but the more I rode, the more comfortable it became. Being a tall person, yeah, obviously this is quite a tall bike, but it suited me just fine, and honestly, I think I'd feel a bit weird going back to anything else at this stage.
So is there any chance, Angus, because you've had that smile all day, I haven't been able to get it off your face, any chance of heading down the bank to get a check out for the Benelli? Or
No, if I had the money.
She's gone.
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go, happy customer. Gus's first ride on the road. I don't think it'll be his last, eh, Gus?
If you got something from this video, we'd appreciate if you smash that like button, and if you haven't already, hit subscribe and the little bell button to make sure you never miss a new video. We've also set up a newsletter that will have InfoMoto's best new articles sent directly to your inbox each week. As always, thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.